Well, here we are again, having another conversation. With kind of a bright light behind me as well. Again, I don't learn my lesson, do I? Self-transformation number 6. We got away from mambo number 5, as you might imagine. It's about truth. Truth having a space with an energy all of its own is a space with an energy all of its own. Truth is something that we've gotten, well, you could use your own quantum word here, millions of miles or millions of years away from. Hello, Jillian. We have moved ourselves far, far away from truth. Truth isn't even something. You mention truth to somebody and they say, my truth or your truth or what? Truth is truth when it's observed in the now. If it's remembered, it's a lie or a belief. If it is held onto for the future reference, then it's a lie or a belief or an opinion that you're holding on to. In order for it to be truth, you need to be the truth, you need to see it as true in your present, in the now, this now that, well, the now that just went by. By the time you say the word now, obviously that now is gone and the new now is there. So is it possible then for us to create a space within ourselves from which to speak the truth in our lives? I'll give you, for instance, that I've used with a friend of mine, or a couple of them. If you receive a call from a person and they say, is the sun shining? And you look and you say, yes, the sun is shining, then you're telling them the truth. If 10 minutes later they call and they say, is the sun shining? Is the sun shining? You say, yes, the sun is shining, based on your memory of having looked at it. Then you've just lied. Because the truth requires that you see, are observing, are in the space of truth when you speak it. Otherwise, you're just giving your opinion, as in, so it almost doesn't make any difference in terms of the truth, whether the sun is shining or not shining. What makes a difference is you have passed your belief or your memory or your view that the sun is still shining. It's kind of a strange analogy, but it works. Every generation, as I've said before, is getting a little dumber than the generation before it, because we have is there such a word as greatening? Ever getting larger excuses, justifications, explanations, to explain away, to justify, to explain, to make it reasonable. If all else fails, we say, well, everybody does it. We do something to make whatever the lie, whatever the mistake, whatever the flaw is, reasonable, or we justify it, or we explain it away. All of those are a movement away from truth, the truth. And the real shame about that is if you create for yourself the space of speaking truth, begin speaking the truth, you will then discover the energy of speaking the truth, which is universal truth. For instance, a universal truth is, right now Edward Jones is making a video on Facebook that I think it's going live right as I'm doing it. The reason I don't know that for sure because I'm not watching it while I'm doing it, but it says live right up there, so it's my guess that this is going live as I'm doing it. In the instance of saying something is a certain way or not a certain way, when you're not observing it, when you don't see it either psychologically or physically, then you've told a lie. So a universal truth is something that's true for everybody. No matter your opinion, no matter one of the greatest universal truths that you will discover if you discover this energy, the energy of having your throat go to bad on the middle of a conversation, the energy of speaking truth, is belief blocks the flow of intelligence. It literally blocks intelligence, leaving followers. You can see it in well, most recently, probably the newest invented cult is the Trump cult. They are the evangelicals, the KKK, the supremacists, the American Nazis, and evolution, and the evangelicals. But the older cults, Catholic, Protestant, Baptist, there's 4,200 different beliefs surrounding this thing called God belief. Of all the ridiculous things, if there's a God, there's a God. If there isn't a God, there isn't a God. Belief doesn't have any bearing at all on it. You can believe with your heart and soul, whatever they call heart and soul. There's no such thing as a heart and soul. You can believe with everything you have that there is a God. It doesn't make one if there isn't. You can believe one there isn't one, but if there is one, that doesn't change it a bit. So the universal truth then, besides belief blocks intelligence, is if there's a God, there's a God. If there isn't a God, there isn't a God. Belief has zero to do with either side of it. But if you fall into the God belief, then they can do all these ridiculous things like have faith and hope and charity and all these things. All these nonsensical things they can have preaching on Saturday and Sunday and Friday and ask for your money and you can tithe 10%, all that nonsensical stuff, all from belief, which blocks intelligence. So if you have any, I don't know why it's breaking up. Julian, I just saw your thing there. Hopefully it's not breaking up for everybody, but I'll listen to it and see if it is. Oh, okay, it seems all right now. So here's my request. Here's my suggestion. Create a space for yourself to begin speaking the truth of and with yourself. I might suggest that the first truth, or two truths, they're really the same, that you might speak to yourself is that your whole life has been a lie and that you are a liar. That will begin your lifelong movement through truth. And as I said, truth has its own energy that provides the energy for the next truth and for the next truth. And truth is the death of every lie. As a matter of fact, there's a lie in every truth and a truth in every lie. That's what keeps our world going. So if you care to discover what it means when I say self-transformation, or what it means when it says to be free, then begin speaking the truth. I'm going to stop it here now and see. Seemingly it's breaking up and coming and going, so I better check it out. In the meantime, if you're hearing me loud and clear, creation perhaps first, and then create the space from which to speak the truth, realizing to begin with that your whole life has been a lie and you are a liar. I've said these things before, but a new version of it. See ya.